You are eating less than you ever have in your life. You cut the bread. You cut the wine. Most of it. You started going to bed before midnight like a woman who has genuinely read every cortisol article and intends to apply at least one of them. And the scale went up. Not dramatically. Just quietly, steadily, like it made a reservation somewhere else, and it's slowly packing its things. Here's what nobody told you. After 40, weight gain is not a willpower problem. It is not a discipline problem. It is not a you need to try harder problem. It is a hormone problem. And today, I'm breaking down the 5 hormonal shifts that happen in your body after 40 that change the way you store fat. Completely independently of what you eat. And no, this is not permission to eat an entire pizza and blame your progesterone. This is about understanding the actual mechanism so you can stop fighting the wrong battle. Stick around for the last one because it's the shift nobody talks about. And it's the one quietly undoing everything else. And girl, once you understand what's actually happening in your body, I promise you'll stop blaming yourself, start making changes that match your real biology, and finally see results that make sense. Let's get into it. Quick orientation. Your 40s bring a major hormonal transition. Estrogen declines, progesterone drops, cortisol becomes more reactive, and insulin gets less efficient. Your body is not broken. It is changing. But if you keep using the tools designed for your 30s, you will keep getting results that make absolutely no sense. These are the 5 truths. Truth number 1, estrogen was your fat distribution manager, and she just quit. In your 20s and 30s, estrogen helped direct fat to your hips and thighs, the places that gave you curves without metabolic danger. It also supported insulin sensitivity and kept cortisol somewhat in check. When estrogen starts declining in perimenopause, which can begin in your early 40s, not just your 50s, the fat doesn't disappear. It relocates to your belly, specifically to visceral fat, the kind that wraps around your organs and sits deep in your abdominal region. This is not about eating more. It's not about moving less. Your fat is being rerouted by a hormonal GPS that just decided the belly is the new destination. You did not cause this. Here's the fix. This specific redistribution responds to resistance training. Building muscle, especially in the lower body and core, directly counteracts the visceral fat accumulation that estrogen decline triggers. More muscle, less storage signal. That is the equation. Truth number 2. Cortisol is now running with absolutely no supervision. Cortisol is your stress hormone. In small amounts, totally normal, totally useful. But after 40, 2 things happen simultaneously. Progesterone, which naturally buffers cortisol, starts dropping. And estrogen, which also helps regulate your stress response, declines. Cortisol now has fewer checks. It runs louder. It runs longer. And its primary job under stress is to store fat, specifically visceral fat, specifically the belly. Your body is reading pressure as danger and doing exactly what evolution designed it to do. Here's the part that genuinely stings. Exercise can be a cortisol trigger. Heat, spin classes, boot camp, the workouts marketed to women who want to lose weight fast, can spike cortisol significantly. So you drag yourself in exhausted, push through 45 minutes of jumping and screaming playlists, spike your cortisol through the roof, and your body responds by holding on to every bit of belly fat it has. Like training for the amazing race while your hormones are quietly trying to survive a famine. More effort, more cortisol, more belly fat. It is not your fault. It is a biology mismatch that nobody explained to you. I'm guilty of this one too. I was doing HIIT 4 times a week on 5 hours of sleep, wondering why nothing was changing, feeling like I was somehow failing a workout I was actually showing up for every single time. Cortisol was running my entire metabolism. I was just handing it more ammunition. Speaking of what it actually takes to work with this biology instead of against it, this is the question I get most right here. Okay, but what do I actually do instead? Because understanding the cortisol mechanism is one thing. Having a structured protocol that works with your hormonal cycle through an entire month, especially when your energy and motivation shift week to week, is a completely different challenge. That's exactly why I put together the 28-day challenge for women over 40 who want to lose belly fat without destroying their hormones. It's the movement protocol for the woman who's done working harder and ready to finally start working smarter. It works by layering progressive isometric intensity across 4 weeks, mapped to a complete hormonal cycle. So your body stops reading your workouts as a threat and starts reading them as a signal to change. Within 28 days, your belly pulls in, your cortisol stops running the show, and you wake up actually feeling like your body is cooperating with you. It's linked in the description below. If you're watching on a TV, scan the QR code on the screen. Either way, takes you straight to it. Now back to where we were, because 3 truths remain, and the last one is the one most women have never heard explained. Truth number 3, your insulin got less efficient, quietly. Without a single announcement, insulin moves glucose from your bloodstream into your cells for energy. After 40, cells become gradually less responsive to it. Insulin resistance. Your body produces more insulin to do the same job. And higher insulin levels directly promote fat storage, especially belly fat, while blocking fat burning. The same meal that maintained your weight at 33? At 43, it can trigger a significantly larger insulin response. Same pasta, same portion. Completely different hormonal math. Your metabolism did not decide to hate you. The sensitivity changed. Here's the fix. Pair every carbohydrate with protein and fiber at the same meal. This slows glucose absorption and reduces the spike. And build muscle, the most insulin-sensitive tissue in your entire body. Truth number 4, progesterone quietly left the building. Progesterone is the calming, balancing hormone. It buffers cortisol, supports deep sleep, reduces bloating, and keeps your nervous system from running at a low-level simmer all day. In perimenopause, it is typically the first hormone to decline, sometimes by years before estrogen visibly shifts. When it drops, you get disrupted sleep, stronger cortisol reactions, more water retention, and a persistent low-grade anxiety that makes you feel like you are permanently one email away from losing it. Puffy, wired and exhausted simultaneously. And the belly weight will not move no matter what you eat. This is not a mental health problem. It is biochemistry. Naming it changes everything about how you respond to it. Truth number 5. You are losing muscle silently every year. After 35, women lose roughly 3 to 5% of muscle mass per decade without active intervention. After 40, that process accelerates. Less muscle means a lower resting metabolic rate. The calories your body burns just to keep you alive. This is the silent math behind, I barely eat anything and I'm still gaining weight. Your metabolism is not broken. The engine just got smaller. And the only thing that rebuilds it is progressive resistance training. Not more cardio, not fewer calories, not another 10-day juice cleanse that your 2012 self swore by, and that has absolutely not aged well. Rebuilding muscle is the lever. Everything else follows from that. Here's the full picture. You are not gaining weight because you lack discipline. Estrogen dropped and moved fat to your belly. Cortisol is running unchecked. Insulin is less efficient. Progesterone exited early. And muscle has been quietly declining without anyone telling you how to stop it. The answer is not less food, not more punishment. It is a smarter hormonal strategy. And now you know where to start. Drop in the comments which of these 5 was the one that finally explained something for you. If you've been blaming yourself for years with nothing to show for it, I want to hear it down there. You are not alone, and you never were. If you like honest, science-backed content that actually respects your intelligence, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Oh, and if you want to know which everyday breakfast habits are quietly spiking your cortisol and insulin before you even leave the house, it's all in the channel playlist. Your body after 40 isn't fighting you, girl. It's just finally asking to be understood. Now go learn its language.